Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up for us and subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out. I'm going to back up and say subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe. We're coming up on 1,000 subs fairly soon, hopefully sometime within the next month or two. And once we hit that, we are going to have a giveaway, but only to subscribers. So you have to be subscribed to be eligible for the giveaway. So go ahead and subscribe now. Thank you to all that have subscribed thus far. It's been a great journey over this last year. I think we're just a little over a year right now, and we're somewhere around 750, 760, maybe 775 by the time this comes out. So thank you very much to all the viewers out there. We really appreciate it. And by we, I mean me. So thank you. Today's strategy, we're going to run a strategy by Craps Crusader. There is his banner right there. Go check his channel out. He's got a lot of good strategies. Takes the time to roll them out and explain them, kind of like I do here. I've watched a lot of his stuff over the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. And yeah, I really enjoy the way he explains everything. So make sure that you go check his channel out. I'm going to have that description and link down there, or the link in the description down there. If I can get my dyslexia to work with me. It is called the For Sure. So it's going to be a strategy where we play the inside numbers. We need 4 hits and we take it all down or regress back to our original bet. He did it on a $10 table playing 44 inside. I'm going to do it on a $15 table playing 66 inside. But before we get started with that, I'd like to thank our 2 partners. Again, subscribe. This is where some of these come in here. We have pokerchipmania.com right there. There's their banner. They've got clay and ceramic chips. There's the clay. And they also have the composite chips, which are these striped dice. Not sure where the banner is going to be, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. But anyway, they've also got the 19 millimeter dice. They've got dice that don't fall on the floor. Well, even though mine did. 19 millimeter dice. They've got poker supplies, blackjack supplies, roulette chips, chip racks, storage cases for those racks, and yeah, some felts. And if you don't see something out there that you're looking for, send them a message. They may be able to do a custom order for you. They're a small business and they try to take care of their customers. And by taking care of my customers, they also offered a 10% discount for my viewers if you use Craps Text. Golly. Learn how to speak, Keith. Thank you, Poker Chip Mania. It is Craps TX10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your entire order. So if you're trying to build that home casino, go check them out. Next up, we have gripmats.etsy.com. It's where I got my deluxe craps mats from. They also make a regular craps mat. They have a massive lineup. They also have other casino games like poker, blackjack, and baccarat. They have over 300 different designs, mats, all different kinds of things. They have Axis and Allies, GMT games, Terraforming Mars. They have some grid and hex mats. They have wet dry erase mats. They have mats for your desk. They have travel mats. They even have some licensed product from Dune, Marvel, and Star Wars. Impeccable artwork. It's really top notch. And the material is very durable and it's water resistant. They have a little video where they pour a cup of water out there. It beads up on it. They will wipe it right off. So take a look at their website. If you don't see something that you're looking for, also send them a message. They may be able to take a custom order for you. Or if you see something on there that you'd like to customize, they may be able to do that for you as well. They also run some percentage off sales. Just check out the item you're looking for, and it should say right there if it is on sale or not. So thank you to those 2 businesses. The links for the businesses will be down in the description below. pokerchipmania.com, gripmats.etsy.com. There we go. All right, on to today's strategy, the For Sure, as seen on Craps Crusader. So first of all, let's get the money out of the way. We're going to start off with 600, probably 700, 800 if might be a better for this because we're going to play 66 inside, so enough for 10 shooters would be 660 if you use that that method to figure out how much money you need. Anyway, 3, 4, 5, 50, 75, and 6. We'll get that put up. This is called the For Sure, and the 4 comes in on the number of hits that you need. It might seem like a lot, and it is, but I've had some decent success with it. He's had some decent success with it. I have had some losing sessions with it as well, and he mentioned that he has had a few as well. But we're going to check it out anyway. Let's get us a set of dice, and we'll roll it out. That way you can see how it works rather than me babbling on about it. All right, $15 table, dice are out. We're looking for a point. There is a hard 6. 6 will be our point. We're going to start out with 66 inside. Every shooter, we're going to start out with that amount. Don't have exact change, so we'll throw out 70. We'll get 4 in change. Dealer, please set me up. 66 inside, and they'll take care of you. That is 15 on each of the inside numbers, and by the inside numbers, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And then 18 each on the 6 and 8 because they are in increments of 6. Dice are out. Looking for 4 hits. It's called the 4 sure. So on the first 3 hits, that's a 6-5 yo, by the way. Doesn't help, doesn't hurt. First 3 hits, we're going to full press. We're going to start off pressing the 6 and 8. And then after that, the third hit, we'll press either the 5 or 9 or both. And the fourth hit, we either take it all down or we take it back down to 66. So you can remove your bets or you can regress back down to 66. There is a square pair, a hard 8. That is our first hit. 18 is going to pay 21. Dealer, please take me up to 36. There's 25 for a quarter. One of that white chip right there, and we got $3 going back to the rack. So we're not going to take any money out of our rack to press up. Nice out. There's a 3-2-5. That is our second hit. 15 is going to pay 21. We are not going to press up the 5. We're going to press up the 6 because we're going to try to take care of these 2 numbers inside first that get hit the most. There is 5 for a quarter. $1 on top makes it 36, and there is $3 more back to the rack. We're going to take 5 of those and make it into a nickel. So we have $6 in the rack. We've got 2 hits. We need 2 more. Can we get them? There's a 6-5 yo. It's the 4 sure strategy. So that means we need 4 hits. It's not 2 sure or 3 sure. There's a 6-5 yo. It is 4 sure. There's a 4-1-5. All right. So we've already pressed the 6 and 8. You can go ahead and press those outside numbers now. This 15 pays 21. We'll just take the 5 and the 9 up, and then we'll take $1 back to the rack. That makes a quarter on each of those, I believe. So that is 3 hits. We need 1 more. 1 more hit for the 4 sure. No! We're not going to get it. So we got almost all the way there. Hate taking that kind of money back, or giving that kind of money back. It'd be nice to take it. But we're going to move on to the next shooter. I think that was shooter number 1. We'll go on to shooter number 2. There we go. Speaking of 2, we'll take that 6-2-8. Looking for a new point for the 4 sure strategy. 6-5 yo. That is not going to be a point. That's a frontline winner, though. There's a 6-3-9. That is a point. All right. And again, with the 65, well, there's 75. We'll do it that way. We'll do 76, and we'll get 10 and change. Make it easy. Easy as we can. And we'll throw chips all over the place. And let's get set up 66 inside. 15 on each. Cap off the 6 and 8 to 18. And we need 4 hits for the 4 sure. 6-8. There is our first hit. 18 is going to pay 21. If I can quit knocking chips over here. Dealer, please take me up to 36. So we'll take 5 of those, turn it into a quarter. Got 2 red, make it 35. 1 white makes it 36. $3 back to the rack. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Anyway, there's a hard 8. That is good. 36 is going to pay 42. So we'll press up our 6 now. And again, we're doing full presses, so we're going to use all those chips that we can. There's the quarter. There's 2 red to give us another quarter. There's a nickel, make it 55. There's 5 white to make it 60. So we are now 2 hits in and 2 good numbers out here pressed up. Can we get 2 more? There's a 6-2-8. All right, there's our third hit. 36 is going to pay 42. We're not going to take care of the outside number, so I'm going to pay myself in red. The outside of the inside. It pays 42. There's 20 and 20. That's 40. There's 2. Can't do nothing with those. Those will go over there. These will come to their respective numbers. I will take a nickel off of the number, make a quarter, take it to 35, take a nickel off, Make it a quarter, take it to 35. Whoa, 35, not 60. There we go. All right, can we get that fourth hit? Got a good chunk of change out there. We need one more hit for the for sure. 6, 2, 8. That 8's hot. All right, 36 is going to pay 42. There is 42. Dealer, please take my bets down. Again, we could regress back down to 66, but I am just going to take them down because that's a good amount of money out there, and we want to lock it up. Lock up your profits, especially when you're playing a risky strategy like that. All right, so our puck is still on. Our shooter is still shooting. We're just going to sit and watch. There's a hard 8. We may get a little FOMO. There's one number down that we would have hit. There's a hard 10. There was nothing there. And I'm going to go a little quick here. There's a 639. That is point. So what we could do here, I mean, that's point. That's almost like, you know, the shooter ending, but it's the same shooter. Puck is off. We'll go ahead and set back up for 66. We don't have to do it right now. We could have waited till the point was set. There we go. And then let's get 6, 1, 2, 3, because we're not going to play the come out, although we could. If you want to work the come out, you can. This is still the same shooter. I put all my chips up like it was a different one, but it's the same shooter. There's a hard 10. Can we get 2 for sure's from the same shooter? There's a 549. That's our first hit of 4. 15 is going to pay 21. Dealer, press my 8 up to 36. There's 25 for a quarter. That makes 35 with 2 red on top, 36, and then 3 of these white will go back to the rack. And that's the first hit of the for sure. Can we get 3 more? No, we cannot. There's a 527. Now, see, we could have chose just to stay on the sidelines and wait for that shooter to completely finish. But like I said, I was kind of treating it as, you know, puck was off, almost like a new shooter anyway. And it shot us in the foot. No pun intended. Let's get us a new set of dice, and we'll get set up again on this next shooter on the for sure strategy. 4, 1, 5. 5 is going to be our point. We'll put out 66 and cover that inside. Let's get a quarter for 5 red. There's 5 red. I'm going to put 1 more there, 3 more there, 1 more back to the rack. Let's get 6 white on here, 3 on each, and we have our 66. Looking for 4 hits. Not literally hitting the chips, but we need 4 hits on the numbers. There's a 325. That is point hit. Some would call that a buckshot. 15 is going to pay 21. Dealer, press my 8. Yes, my 8 up to 36. So we're going to take one of those off, get a quarter. There's 35. 1 goes 36. 3 goes back to the rack. Same shooter. Puck is off. Bets are off. Hard 6. Again, you can work it. I have worked the bet or worked the come out a couple of times when I was practicing this. But that does not pay right now because we were not working. Now we need 3 more hits. That's going to pay 2 buckshots in a row. 426 or 2x4 6. 18 is going to pay 21. Dealer, take my 6 up to 36. That is, how does that work? There's 1 makes 5. Put that quarter into there. There's 35. 1 on top makes 36. 3 back to the rack. Take 2 that was in the rack already. Make 5 and make a red. So we have $6 in the rack from this shooter. We have 2 hits. We need 2 more. Bets are off. Looking for a point. 437 front line winner. Does not affect us. And there is 2 of them back to back. Good time for them to come out. The obligatory saying. And look at there. If you're playing the line, you just hit the 777s. 777. If it was a slot machine, it'd be going haywire. There is 2 craps, so you just lost one of those, and you got it right back with a 617. So we have 3 7s, 2 craps, and another 7, and then another 7. So 3 7s, 2 craps, and then 2 7s, and then now 3 more 7s. So you just hit 3 7s back to back after you did those backup spins, and there's another 7. Let me just want to make sure. Okay, there's a 10. Yeah, there's other numbers on these dice. So let's see if we can get something besides a 7. Oh, 11. Okay, there's a frontline winner still. That line is getting paid, man. There we go. We got us a point number. Hard 10, puppy paws, or flowers, some people call it. Now we need 2 more hits on the inside numbers. There's 1 of them. 36 is going to pay 42. We're going to pay it out in red because we're going to press up the 5 and the 9. There's 20. There's 20. That makes 40. There's 2. That pays what we won there. Dealer take my 5 and 9 up to 35. So to do that, he will take one of those, make that a quarter, put the red on top, and there's 35. Take one of those, make that a quarter, put it underneath, and that's 35. So that is 3 hits, and we have pressed up all 4 numbers. Now we need one more hit to make the for sure, and there we go. 415. 35 is going to pay 50, or 49, but 50 for 1. So we'll take that 1 off. Dealer, take my debits down, please, and thank you. I am going to watch the rest of this roll play out and take my chips, take my profit. Dice are out. 415. Again, you might get a little FOMO, but we're just going to roll through it and be happy that we have the profit that we have. There is a 628. 639. We were looking for the shooter to resolve themselves. There is a 65 yo 11. Sorry if it's going too fast there. There is point hit. Now, it's kind of what we did earlier. Shooter hit the point, and I kind of considered that as the shooter being done. And, you know, for intents and purposes or whatever, that is kind of very similar. But we're on the same shooter. I'm going to sit it out just for the heck of it. There's a 415. Yes, it's boring. There's no chips out there. But, you know what's not boring? Having profit over there. There's a 549. And boxcars, 12 midnight. I think we've lost, or we used up all the 7s on that come out roll earlier. 639. One kind of quick here. 314. Trying to get a good distance on the roll. There is a hard 10 or a hard 5 or a hard 10, whatever. 65 yo 11 again. Might be getting some ATS numbers. There's another hard 10. Playing the hard ways. And a 527. There we go. Not really happy to see it, but that shooter's resolved and we can move on. All right, so we'll put those dice away. We'll put these chips away, and we will wait for a point to be set and then get set up again. So the key is to lock in your profit. No matter what, you don't want to give it back. I've done that too many times. All right, dice are coming out. We're looking for a point. We're playing the for sure strategy. 549. 9 is going to be our point. Let's get 66 out there. There is 50. There is 65 and 66. All right, so we'll get set up. Once again, this is the boring part, maybe. Well, besides that roll with no chips out there. 1, 2, 3, and 3. All right, 66 inside. We need 4 hits. 4 hits on those inside numbers. The first 3 hits we're going to press up. Full press, 538. So that is going to pay, 18 pays 21. Dealer full press me up all the way up. That will be 36 is going to be your max with the winnings that you have. We're not going to take any chips out of the rack. There's 36. We'll put $3 back into the rack. There's hit number 1. We need 3 more. There's hit number 2. Good one. 36 is going to pay 42. Dealer take my 6 all the way up, which we're going to be able to get it to 60. There's a quarter. There's 5 red for another quarter. There's 1 red on top. And for some reason, I don't have 5 white. Maybe I didn't pay that 21, but I'll take $1 out of mine just to make it like that. And there is 60. Well, it wouldn't have been 21 anyway. It was 42 that it paid. All right. So that is 2 hits, right? Yep. Nice out. Wow, man, that went all the way around, didn't it? There's a 65 yo 11. We need 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. There's 1, 639. That's the point. All right, we've already pressed our inside numbers, so we'll work on the outside now. The outside of the inside is what I'm meaning when I say that. That pays 21. Take my 9 and 5 up to 25. So we'll clean that up. Get a green for those 5 red, and that is our 3rd hit. Whenever we get this point set, we're going to need 1 more hit. Dice out. Bets are off. Puck was off. It's now back on. Hard 10. 1 hit. Can we do it? Yes, we got it. 549. All right. 549. All right. That is 25, and that's going to pay 35. Dealer, please take my bets down. What? What do you mean take your bets down? We're supposed to take your money, not give your money. Well, we're going to try it this way. See if it doesn't make me a little more happy when I walk out of the casino. That's a leaner. There we go. We just touched it and it fell back for a 415. We're just going to have to roll this out to let it resolve, and there it goes. We didn't have to sit through 10 rolls. 437, and that shooter is done. We got a good stack of chips. Where are we at? 20 minutes. We got time for another shooter or two. We may be shooting ourselves in the foot. Yeah. Wow, we got a full stack of green. We got room for one more. There we go. There's a full stack of green. That's $500. Not too shabby. All right. The foreshore. Dice out. Or if you're in the valley, for sure. There is a 3 craps, ace deuce. And there's ace deuce back to back. Here we go. And all these repeat numbers again. Get that repeater. 2x4, 6. 6 is going to be the point. $66 is what we need for the inside. There's 3, there's 3, there's 3, and there's 3. That'll go back. Then we need to decorate the 6 and the 8 with a little white icing. And there we go. 66 inside. We need 4 hits. Come on, shooter. No! Oh, the humanity. Well, we didn't necessarily have to take those down, but for posterity's sake, we'll take it down. They would at the casino. So we'll take it down to get the visual of losing. All right, let's get us another point. Playing the for sure strategy. 3 craps. That seems to be a prevalent number on the come out roll. And there's a horn number. See a horn, bet a horn with the aces. 2 craps. And a 549. All right, there is our point. Point is going to be 9. We need $66. Will give us 76. The dealer will give us 10 back. Please set me up 66 inside. There's 3, 3, 3. You don't want me to sing. There's 3. And then cap them off. We just did that. This is like deja vu all over again. All right, 4 hits. Come on. Let's do it one time on the way out. There's 516. 18 is going to pay 21. Dealer, take me up to 36. So he'll take one of those, make that a quarter. Put it under there, and then one of those to make it 36, and give you $3 back to put in your rack. Ace deuce, another 3 craps. We're just going to pile all the money on the 3 over here. Get 15 for 1. Oh no, 437. Golly, and we still have time for another shooter too. We're going to just drain the money that we've got already. Now we could end the video here, and we got a pretty good chunk of change over there. But we'll do one more shooter. I don't know that one shooter will hurt us too badly. Famous last words, maybe. What do we got? We got a whole lot of nothing. So let's just take that hard 6 right there and get us a point while we're playing the for sure strategy. 527 front line winner. All right, good deal. We're not going to go through that whole chain of those again. There is a hard 4. 4 is our point. We'll throw out $76 and ask the dealer for 66 inside. Sure, man. There's $10 for you. There's your change. Maybe you want to play some hard ways or something like that. No, thank you. Get out my pocket. Get out my pocket. All right. There is 66 inside. This will probably be our last shooter unless something goes horribly wrong. Probably just jinxed myself. There's a 2 craps, aces staring at us. Little beady eyes. 549. There's our first hit. 15 will pay 21. We're going to press up one of these numbers here. We'll take the 8. Please take it up to 36. Take 5 of them. Get you a quarter. Put it under those 2. That's 35, 36, $3 back to your rack. Nothing to see here. And there is nothing right there. 527. Yeah, we'll go ahead and end it now because we're going to drain what we have gained over there. And we don't want to do that. We want to take money from the casino. All right, that was the for sure strategy. Let's go ahead and get us a chip count here. Color it up and see where we stand in the place where we live. All right, there is 5 white for a red. Do we have enough? No. There is 5 red for a green. And here's going to be our friend. There's 4 4, and 4, so that makes 3 black chips. And we do have a little bit of a profit. So we started off with 600. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 600. Rest of this is profit. It's not a lot, but it's something. There's 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 684. So we made $84 on the For Sure strategy by Craps Crusader. Go check his channel out. Link down in the description below. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you'd like to email us instead, you can put it right there at crapstx@gmail.com. Thank you once again to our partners, PokerChipMania and gripmats.etsy.com. That was PokerChipMania.com. I didn't throw the .com on there. Small businesses, go check them out. Links in the description below. So, the For Sure strategy. Is it too aggressive, waiting for those 4 hits? What do you think? Let me know. I had fun rolling it out for you guys. Before we get out of here, very important. Thumbs up. That helps us get it out to the algorithm, get it out to other people. Subscribe. That helps you. Bell helps you to know when the next video comes out. Subscribe. I'm going to say it again. Subscribe, because we have a giveaway coming up when we hit 1,000 subs, but it's only for the subscribers. We're not going to wait for some random person to just pop in and say, oh, I won, and then disappear. Gone. Nope. We're going to give it to our subscribers. As we get closer, we'll let you know what we're going to be giving away. We are putting some stuff together right now, and I think you're going to like it. So that was the For Sure strategy again, and we had fun rolling it out. My name's Keith. This is Craps TX. There's the logo right there. It says it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Puck is off. Bye.